This is the second video that I would like you to watch for 1B1. The first video was the definitions, and this second video is going to be the top half of the nose page, so what you see right now. There are two main ideas that we'd like to talk about with triangles coming up. So the first is the side length and angle measures relationship. So what I'd like to do to demonstrate this is in this box right here, please draw an obtuse scaling triangle. So I want an obtuse scaling triangle. Pause the video and go ahead and draw that right now. Alright, so when I draw an obtuse scaling triangle, I'm thinking I need an obtuse angle. So an obtuse angle, so I'll start here. For it to be scalene, I know that it needs to be, all sides are different lengths. So I'll do that. And then say this side right here. So these three side lengths all look different, and this looks like an obtuse angle, so we have an obtuse scaling triangle. What I'd like you to do now is, with a highlighter, highlight the longest side and use a little bloop to denote the largest angle. And then take a different highlighter and highlight the shortest side and the shortest angle. Pause the video and do this now. Now that you've done this, I'll take a look at mine. This is my longest side, and this is the largest angle. And then the shortest side is here, and when I look at all these angle measures, this guy looks like the smallest angle. So we're having to look at this and say, well, what conclusions can we draw? So when you look at this, what I see is that the shortest side is opposite the smallest angle, and the largest side, longest side, is opposite the largest angle. So that is what our conclusion will be. If you want to look for the formal write-up of this, you can refer to page 328 in your textbook. But for our use, it's, I think, good enough for us to say that the longest side of a triangle is opposite or across from the largest angle. And the shortest side of a triangle is opposite or across from the smallest angle. This may seem obvious to a lot of people, but it's something that we do want to formalize. And it makes sense because the wider that this angle is open, the longer that side will have to be. And if I make that angle smaller, like over here, the side opposite doesn't have to cover as much, distance. It doesn't have to be open as much. All right, so go ahead and do these two problems down here right now on your own, and then check your answers in this video. Now that you have done these problems on your own, I'll talk through these here. This should be T. Sorry, that got cut off. The first one says name the sides from longest to shortest. Well, it says name the sides. If I'm naming sides, I'm not naming side lengths. And the sides of this triangle are segments. So I have to think through how I name the segments. Okay, segments I'll denote with two letters, the two endpoints, and a bar above the top. So when I look at this, the longest to shortest. So the longest will be opposite the largest angle. The largest angle is 70 degrees. So the longest side will be ST. So I'll do side ST. That is the longest. The next one would be angle measure of 60. So opposite that would be RS. So side RS. And then finally the smallest angle is 50 degrees in measure. And that will be opposite side RT. So RT must be the shortest side. You do not have to write the letters in this order. You could have said TS or SR or TR, but be very careful that you went from longest to shortest and not shortest to longest. Looking over here, it says name the angles from largest to smallest. Well, the largest angle is going to be opposite the longest side. So your longest side is XW, which means the largest angle will be angle Y. Now I could name it angle XYW, but I like to write things as efficiently as possible, so because there's only one angle that has Y as a vertex, I can just name it angle Y. So this was the longest side, so Y will be the largest angle. The next longest side would be YW at 16, so opposite that would be angle X, and then the smallest side would be XY, so the angle opposite that would be angle W. And there you go. That is the first side length and angle measure relationship that we would like to study in this class.